What's up? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday with Tom. I am so happy that you're here. Uh, we are a little late tonight, but that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. What's up, everybody? Happy uh second day of the week. What's going on? What's up, YouTube? I'm figuring out YouTube a little bit better, y'all. So uh I think that looks a little bit better than it used to. There we go. All right. Facebook, what's going on? YouTube, TikTok, come on in. Happy yeah, I already said that a million times, but that's okay. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here with you guys tonight. And I just jumped off of another call. It's been one of those great days where it was one call after the other, and I am uh, I'm feeling blessed about it. So uh, it was a great day. So I pray that you also had a great day wherever you are and what's ever happening in your life. Melissa Diaz, thank you uh, for getting everybody on here with us tonight. I have got a good word uh, tonight, and I cannot wait to share with you. So, TikTok, welcome, share this with other people. Uh, Go like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way, you can see all this all the time. And that's I think Facebook is the worst about it only lets things stay for just a certain amount of time and then it deletes them. So anyway, so they're on YouTube. So go like and subscribe to my YouTube. Welcome everybody. I can't see everybody who's on here yet, but I see your pictures. Uh, so Rachel, welcome. Jessica, what's up? Welcome. Uh, and Alicia, I think I saw you pop on. And so y'all, I have some exciting stuff coming up. Mark your calendar for October. Oh my gosh, it may as well be October, right? Mark your calendar for the 19th of August. Uh, we're doing a free live Q&A about writing and publishing, and so I've been posting stuff. I know y'all been seeing it. Reinette, welcome. And so Jessica, you actually made it. I love it. I love it. It's about past your bedtime. I'm jealous of that. Dr. Perry's on. I see your picture popping up. There you are. Um, anyway, this live Q&A is going to be Wednesday the 19th, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be talking about answering questions about writing and publishing and Chat GPT and Claude and all those other things. So really going to be giving you guys some really good tips on how to work with uh, oh gosh, Chat GPT and maybe some things that you didn't know. And so, and then of course we're going to have some. I'm going to try to allow for more time for answering questions that you guys have and kind of live in the moment. So, Chef Keena, I see you, Miss Keena, on my sister from uh, on here on TikTok. So I love you. So I jumped on a little bit late. So yeah, right now. So please, if you know anybody that might be interested in that free live Zoom, please let them know to go register on my website, levelupwithtom.com. And that's just a good way for us to be able to get the links. Keena, I love you the most. Get the link sent out to everybody, and so that's the reason for that. In case you were wanting to know. So anyway, all right. Since I jumped on a little bit late and it's past some people's almost bedtime, we're gonna get into this because thank you, Jessica. Absolutely. Um, Jessica was on the live, and that sealed the deal for her before, and so she reached out to me, and we started working together. And man, oh man, that was such a blessing. I love it. And so that was a good thing. So uh, anyway, so I'm gonna get into the word tonight, and I appreciate y'all being here so much with me for a little while and just spending some time with me on this Tuesday. Uh, so our topic tonight is um, something that uh, is uh, my notes got messed up. Of course they did. Uh, so bear with me as I find them. Something that the Holy Spirit spoke to me, and whenever he did, and whenever he talks to me with stuff like that, it gets my attention, and he knows how to do it. But the thought was casting a pearl before the swine, and I was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I I I uh, I can relate to that. And I think all of us can. And so I want us to talk about that tonight. If I can ever get to the top of my notes, bear with me. This is live and living color. I had them set, and then you know, why not? Why not? So, Robin, what's up? Welcome. I'm so glad you're here with us tonight. Uh, Share this with somebody, y'all, while I'm trying to get okay, we're ready. So, what did the irritation produce? That's our topic. What did the irritation produce? You're like, well, how does that have anything to do with casting a pearl before the swine? Oh, but wait. So, what did the irritation produce? So, uh, you asked God to remove it, but what if something was forming while you waited? Hmm. What did the irritation produce? We asked God to remove the irritation, but maybe He was producing something in the meantime. So, um, listen, y'all, I've been irritated. I want to start out tonight with a confession. Uh, I've been irritated a little bit lately, and so uh, and literally, I thought, man, Tom, maybe you just have an attitude. I was like praying, God help me have a better attitude, and um, but I'm just felt irritated. Uh, oh, Rachel, you are the best. But I was starting to really think I had an attitude because just random stuff was irritating me, right? And and so I was like, do I have an attitude? But maybe, maybe it was part of my attitude. But because tonight we're going to talk about uh, something that I always like to tweak things a little bit different. So we're not going to over spiritualize everything tonight, but sometimes you're not under attack. Sometimes everybody isn't jealous of you. Sometimes God isn't uh, removing people. Sometimes you need to check you, right? And what's up, welcome. That's what it was. It was like, okay, God, what is this? Like, why am I irritated? Why the Lawanda, I love you. What's going on? And but uh while I've been sitting with this irritation this week, my prayer changed because I knew that it was something, right? It wasn't just me being irritated because of the things I was irritated about, right? And all of that. I knew that there was something to it. And uh, so instead of only asking God, why is this irritating me? I started asking God, what is this irritation producing in me? Why am I irritated? Right? Right, Robin, right. Chris, what's up? Welcome. So, but thinking about it, like I said, what is this irritation doing? Because I want to try to look at stuff as God works all things together for my good, right? God works all things together for your good. So if that's true, then what is this irritation producing in me? What are you trying to get my attention with, God? Maybe it is it's time to let go of someone. Maybe it is understanding that, it's there. He's getting our attention. That's the thing. So, uh, what is this irritation producing in me? Because maybe, you know, I've spent so much energy trying to get away from what irritates me that I've missed what God wants to reveal, correct, or strengthen or develop in me right here, in you. Um, and so, and that's where Apostle Paul comes in to play. Uh, so, part one, the thorn. Uh, Paul wanted it gone, right? So, in Second Corinthians 12:7-10, um, it's this is the King James version. I don't usually like this, but this is just it is for tonight going to be the thing because I want to read this. And lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. For this thing I bestow the Lord three times, that it might depart from me. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glorify my infirmities than that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distress, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Right? Come on, Genevieve, welcome in. So Paul wanted the thorn gone. Come on, TikTok. Scripture doesn't clearly tell us exactly what Paul's thorn is, and I love that. The scripture doesn't tell us what it is, because if it did, then we would all compare, well, that's not my thorn. That's not my thorn. So that he's not talking to me. It was very generic so that this could apply to everybody, right? So he doesn't tell us what exactly his thorn physically was, so we don't need to pretend we know, but we absolutely know what Paul wanted God to do about it, right? He wanted it gone. Remove this. He said he asked God 3 times. How many times have we asked God about stuff? Probably more than 3, probably 300 million times on some stuff, right? 3 times. And that sounds familiar, right? God, get me out of this. God, change them. God, fix this. God, make this stop. God, remove this. God, I've already prayed about this. God, let them see it like I see it. God, let them see, whatever. Rochelle, what's going on? Welcome. Happy belated birthday. God, I've already been praying about this. Paul prayed for removal, but God responded, my grace is sufficient for you. Grace, unmerited favor is what grace is. Paul wanted God to remove something from him. It was causing irritation. It was causing him to be poked, right? Have you ever, Don, welcome in. Have you ever been wearing something? I'm sure we all have been wearing something that's poking you. Something like, where is it? What is poking me? It's irritating me. It can be just something kind of little, right? And it irritates us so much. Paul wanted it removed, but God revealed what was available to him while it remained. In spite of the thorn, he had grace, he had strength, he had dependence on God. It was humility. Those are the things that he was available to him, right? So stop assuming, this is the second point, stop assuming removal is the only answer. Y'all, I know this is for somebody else tonight besides just me. Get this word and take it. It's for 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. But stop assuming removal is the only answer. We've decided what answered prayer should look like, right? Aren't we good? We're trying to tell God how to do our job. We're trying to tell God how to do his job. We barely know our job, and we're trying to tell him. If they leave, God answered. If the problem disappears, God answered. If the door opens, God answered. If the door closes, God answered. Right? God, just close that door. Just close that door. And that's if the pressure stops, hallelujah. We're praising God in the streets, right? But Paul prayed for removal and received grace. Think about that tonight. God doesn't always just answer. Sometimes it's more than an answer. It's grace, right, that he's trying to give us. And that's powerful. That's powerful. You received grace. What if I've been so focused on what God has removed that I've overlooked what God has supplied? We get so caught up in what God removed, right, that we miss what he provided in that, right? Why did we even have to go through it? What did it do for us, to us, in us, right? So maybe the miracle isn't always about removal. Sometimes it's grace to endure. It is wisdom to recognize. Listen, I can spot somebody being narcissistic and manipulative a lot quicker than I used to, y'all. I studied under the master, and I can spot it a little quicker. Wisdom to recognize, strength to confront. You know, you can confront somebody and do it in love. You don't have to be hateful and bashy and terrible. You can confront stuff nicely and sweet. Courage to leave. Humility to change. We're talking about stuff that we get, right? Humility to change. Maybe it's us that needs to change, right? I need to understand that I need to change and stop people pleasing so darn much that I don't really. This relationship isn't good, and because I'm trying to people please too much, it's not. This isn't good. I need to change. I need to take that. Bettina, welcome. Discernment to stop repeating. Man, sometimes we get in relationships with the same type of person, different face. Different face, same person. It's that repeating thing, right? Peace without explanation. Y'all, this is the greatest part right here. Peace without explanation. Man, if you will learn to listen to God and you will learn to hear God for you, and God flips it and he tells you to do something, and it may not make sense to other people, but if you'll do it, peace. And there's nothing like it because he's talking to you, right? It's your situation. He's trying to change things in you. So sometimes that comes with peace. It may not be comfortable. It may not have turned out like you wanted it to, but you still have peace. To me, that's how I really know that, man, it's God because of that peace. Freedom from needing someone else to understand. Breaking that people pleasing. Listen, you may not understand, but listen, this is what I know God is saying, right? We don't need to have a conversation anymore. That time is come and gone. I know that God spoke, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm at peace with it. And sometimes people don't understand, and that's okay. So don't measure God's activity only by what disappeared. Look at what developed. So God's activity isn't always just removing the thorn, solving our problems, answering our prayers. It's about what developed. God, help me have a better attitude. Help me keep a right, help me to keep my heart right. Help me to grow and do the things that you're telling me to do. And then whenever we start getting uncomfortable, then we start praying God to remove stuff. And what he's doing is he's trying to develop us and grow us to stop repeating the cycles and keep doing the same things over and over and over. Don't you get sick of that sometimes? It's like, no, I can't do this one more time. So, part two, the irritation. Before we talk about them, let's talk about us. This is where we're going to get a little uncomfortable, because when I ask, what's irritating you? What's irritating you? Somebody's face immediately popped in your head. Put their face down, and because before we diagnose everybody else, we need to ask God, what is this irritation exposing in me? Right? Somebody's face popped in, put it down. What is this irritation exposing in me? Because sometimes it's exposing stuff that we thought we have gotten over, right? We thought we've grown through. We thought we weren't going to have to deal with this anymore. And here it is again. We're still dealing with an attitude. We're right. We're still dealing with jealousy, with whatever it is, and we don't like that. We don't like to see ourselves sometimes. Oh, I thought I had passed that. I get an attitude, and then, man, I thought I was past that. I thought I didn't. I thought I didn't really care. So this is where Matthew 7 becomes extremely important, because we've been focusing on verse 6. Don't cast your pearl before the swine. Right? That's what that in Matthew chapter 7. But look at what Jesus says immediately before that. Judge not that you are not judged. Christine Brooks, what's up? Long time no see. Judge not that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judged others, you will be judged. So however harsh you are with others, that's how harsh you're going to get right back with you, right? And so, and what, and why do you boast? Why do you talk about sorry, I lost my thought. I lost my place. And why do you talk about the little mite that's in somebody else's eye, right? But you don't even think about the only beam that's in your eye. It means that you're picking somebody else apart. There's something in their life. Well, what about that? When you have like an entire, you could write the whole book about it, right? You're the poster child for it, and you're worried about somebody else, right? Come on, somebody. Don't worry about me. Watch my fruit. I say that all the time, right? You may not like me. You may not believe that God can use me because of X, Y, and Z, but God, he is this, that, and the other all the time. You're a liar, cheater, thief, gossip, you're X, Y, Z, right? And so the Bible is clearly saying to us, you better be careful how you're judging other people and the things that you're looking at in somebody else, because that's the same way that you're going to be judged. And we don't like it when it comes back to us, right? So we that's where we have to be paying attention to ourselves, not everybody else. And so that's so powerful that it says in verse 6, give not that which is holy unto dogs, neither cast your pearl before swine, lest I trample them under their feet and turn against and go against you, right? So before we get too excited about identifying the swine, right, because we all got some swine, Jesus tells us to check our own eye, both of them. So that changes how I want to handle this whole message, because this cannot become, let me tell you about all the pigs in my life. No. First of all, what's in my eye? What's in your eye? What do you still have to deal with? Right? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. What's in my eye? Because maybe I'm irritated because somebody violated my boundary. Or maybe I'm irritated because somebody established a boundary with me. Come on, Robin. Maybe somebody put a boundary up with me. I'm like, whoa, 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 hold up, wait a minute. Maybe I'm irritated because I'm overlooked. Anybody ever felt like that? They just feel irritated because I'm doing the most, and they don't ever say my name on a live. They don't ever blah blah blah, whatever. The boss don't ever say nothing about me. Or maybe I've become dependent on recognition. Or maybe I'm irritated because somebody won't listen to me. Right? I know the answer. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to help you, but they won't listen. Right? That's irritating. What's that doing in me, God? I'm trying to be obedient. I'm trying to share with them. They're not getting it. They won't listen. So what's that? Okay, God, I was obedient. I said what I did. Now it's on them. I can't control this, right? Sometimes we try to control stuff and then we get irritated because it's not going like we think it's supposed to go. Maybe I'm irritated because I need control. Maybe somebody needs correction, or maybe I do. Don't waste your irritation by using it exclusively to diagnose someone else. Where is the clapper? I'm going to get that out a little early tonight. Sometimes what God is producing through the irritation is humility. What's up, Elizabeth? Welcome. Humility. Whew, we don't want to be humble all the time, right? That kind of stinks. We don't get it paid attention to. We don't, all the things. That's a big one. Humility. God, help me keep my heart right. Okay, well, now I'm going to show you. You ask, God literally answering your prayer, and then we get mad. Oh, God. Oh, I need to be a little more humble. I need to be a little more patient with people, because I want to be patient with me if I'm having a bad day, right? Oh, God, help me not to act like I'm perfect and I got it all together when I don't, especially Christians, man. We're sometimes the worst is like we think we have to be so careful. Otherwise, it's just like we're going straight to hell, right? Well, guess what? We're still human, and sometimes we are going to mess up, and we are going to have an attitude. And we're growing and maturing, and so we've got to give ourselves some grace sometimes. Man, I sometimes push myself too much and forget that, right? So, uh, so part 3, the formation. What if something's forming? What if something's forming? God is working all things together for our good. So he's trying to form something in us that's going to be incredible. So here's where the pearl itself becomes fascinating. Don't cast your pearl before swine. I wanted to talk about the pearl tonight and what forms the pearl, right? Because that's going to change tonight. I know how you look at this and how you feel about this, because it just was like, man, it was so good. Dr. Destiny, what's up? So what if something's forming? Here's where the pearl becomes fascinating. When an irritant becomes lodged inside of a certain shell, what is it? This the thing, the shell that the pearl goes that gets formed in. The animal, see, it's living, it's alive, right? The animal can respond by coating it with layers and layers of film, right? There's a piece of sand in here. There's something in here that's irritating, and it starts to produce stuff, right? It starts to clam. Thank you, Angela. Gosh, my gosh, that was such a hard thing. I couldn't think of it. Oof. Yeah. So the clam starts producing this stuff that just layer upon layer upon layer, and eventually a pearl can form. It didn't start out that way, but guess what? It had to go through the process to become that. It didn't feel good. It's a shell from, if you're in Louisiana, fans says, come on, fam. So eventually a pearl comes, but technically the irritant doesn't simply transform it into a pearl. So the irritation doesn't automatically go into a pearl. Something valuable forms around the irritation. Who am I talking to tonight? Everybody raise your hand. Something valuable forms around the irritation. And that's what grabbed me, because maybe what happened isn't the valuable part of your story. Maybe the value is what developed in you around what happened. Maybe the value is what developed in you around what happened, right? Now I don't deal with people pleasing as much. Now I can spot somebody being manipulative a little bit quicker. Now I can be a little more bold to share my story, right? Whatever it is with you. Betrayal happened. Discernment developed. Rejection happened. We've all been rejected. Identity developed. If you've been rejected hard enough, it starts. It will either kill you or cure you, right? Identity develops. He's trying to develop your identity through rejection. Rejection's God's protection, right? Identity develop. Y'all, there's something so powerful in understanding who you are in God, and who you are to people around you. It's incredible how powerful it is. Just like a diamond. Come on, Robin. Waiting happened. Patience developed. God, why is this taking so long? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Y'all been praying this a lot lately. I've been doing everything I know how to do. I'm doing the things. I'm trying to build relationships. I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to show up. I'm trying to, all the things. When God is trying to develop patience, because we live in right now, and what God is developing is for tomorrow, the next day, next week, next month, next year. But we can't always see that. So waiting happened, patience developed. Failure happened. Listen, you don't fail if you don't try. So if you're failing, at least you're trying to do something, right? Listen, I always told my kids I might not know how to be the best dad ever, but I know what not to do. So I'm going to not do that. And that's a good starting place. Now they're parents. I'm like, listen, same. We may not got it right, so you try to do it better. You do it better. Wisdom developed because of failure, right? We learn through our mistakes. If you will stop getting so hurt about it and just totally devastated, learn from it. Go back to the drawing board and say, okay, that didn't work. What now? A boundary was crossed. Courage developed. You develop courage to say, never again. Never again. Maybe you were misunderstood. Security developed. You weren't chosen. Maybe you weren't chosen for something. Confidence developed. Don't think some of these seem so backward from what you would think. You discovered you were wrong about something. Humility. Having to go back and say, man, I'm so sorry. I really thought I was right about this, but I wasn't. Humility. You can go back and talk about it, right? Uh, so humility, layer after layer after layer, until eventually what happened to you isn't the most valuable part of your story anymore. Y'all, that's when you know that you're healed, is when what happened to you stops being the best part of the story. You Who you become through God's work in you is what is developed out of what happened to you. That's the most valuable part of your story. Not what could have killed you, what should have killed you, what maybe almost killed you, what tore you down, right? What you became through that is the most powerful part of your story. Y'all, there's some of you that should have been dead. You should be dead right now, but you're not. That's the powerful part of your story. So, the next part, don't leave the season with nothing but a story. I talked about this a few weeks ago, is I refuse to leave this season and not carry the victory, not carry something with me to of purpose. And I'm not going to go through this and not have anything to show for it. Don't leave this season with nothing but a story. Some of us can tell everybody what happened, dates, names, screenshots, receipts. There's your side, my side, and a screenshot, right? What they said, what you said, what they shouldn't have said, who took sides, right? Okay. But after you told me everything they did, after you tell me everything, what did it produce in you? Y'all, I can talk about this because been here, done this, got the t-shirt, all the things. Right? I was asking God, help me to see what you want me to see, help me to hear what you want me to hear, help me to say what you want me to say. When I started seeing what God wanted me to see, I wasn't ready. And then it was then a whole other process, right? Because he was developing something in me around this situation that I couldn't see at the time. What did it produce in you? Forget about what happened. What did it produce in you? Because James gives us another picture of difficult experiences producing something. So James 1, 2 through 4, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire or complete, wanting nothing. Look at that language. Let it work patience. Something is being produced. Come on, TikTok. The trial isn't necessarily the destination. We think we're just never going to get out of this, right? We're just never going to get out of it. Never, never, never. Something is happening through it. Something's happening through it. What is that? What is that? So, did you gain wisdom? Probably. Did you develop discernment? Oh, yeah, most definitely. Did you establish boundaries? Hopefully. Did you become more compassionate? Probably. Man, I was so tunnel visioned into what I was doing. I didn't even pay attention to things around me. Now I can be more compassionate when I see somebody going through stuff, right? I can pray for them a little differently. I can support them. I can send them a text. Hey, brother, sister, just checking in on you. How are you today? Love you. I don't know if Bettina's still on here, but we work together now. But a long time ago, we didn't work together, but we've been friends forever. And I've told the story a lot, and I will keep telling it probably. But she has such a big heart. One day, she just called out of the blue to check on me. Hey, just thinking about you, just wanted to check in and see how you were doing. And it was exactly what I needed at that moment. And I started just bawling my face off, right? Because I was at the breaking point. And she didn't know she was about to get into all of that in that conversation, right? But it's exactly what I needed at that right time because she has gone through some stuff, right? And so she's so loving and giving, and so she checked on me, and I still, even all of these years later, I still remember that moment and even where I was and how important that was to me because I was really going through something, and so she was compassionate because the stuff she had gone through. And so, did you discover something about yourself going through all that? Uh, did your prayer life deepen? Sure did. Man, I pray all the time. But when you're going through something, when that pearl's being formed and that irritation, right? That thorn in the flesh is poking, 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 poking. There's a song, an old song that says, "Where could I go but to the Lord?" Where could I go? Sometimes it's so heavy, it's so much, it's so crazy that you can only go to God. It deepened your prayer life. Did you learn? Did you learn when to speak? Yep. Did you learn when to be quiet? Sure did. Sometimes being quiet, you can learn a whole lot, right? There's something that changes in you whenever you can learn to listen. Do you learn? Maybe you learn when to stay. You learn when to leave. Sometimes God, there'll be pressure, 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 pressure until you finally get it, right? Oh, I am the one that needs to move. I'm not waiting on God. He's waiting on me. What's forming around what's happened to you. So because I refuse to go through an entire season of irritation and come out with nothing but an attitude. I refuse to go through an entire season of irritation and only come out with a bad attitude. No, 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 absolutely not. If I have to walk through it, God, teach me through it. Help me keep a teachable spirit, God. Renew that right spirit in me. God, teach me. If it exposes me, God, correct me through it. We get so irritated about being corrected. God, correct me. We're exposed. If it hurts, God, heal me through it. Sometimes you just have to go through stuff. If I survive it, God, don't let me waste it. Every one of you on these calls tonight, every one of these platforms, you have survived something. So what have you survived that you are wasting? Come on, Angela. Angela, you got a testimony that'll beat. I already know. God, don't let me waste it. Give me boldness to open my mouth and speak. Give me boldness to speak about it in victory and not still back in Egypt of bondage. So the next part 4, God can use what wasn't good. Right? You believe that? God can use what wasn't good. So don't confuse God used it with God called it good. This distinction matters, y'all. So we're not saying abuse was good, betrayal was good, mistreatment was good, rejection was good. I'm certainly not telling anybody to remain somewhere harmful because God's forming your pearl. Do not miss this tonight, y'all. Do not, definitely not that. But Romans gives us something much, much stronger. Romans 8:28. And we know that God is working all things, not some things, not just, it's got to be on the preferred list of stuff, all things together for our good according to his purpose. See, sometimes we forget that last little part. According to his purpose. Oh, yeah, God's working all things together for my good. According to his purpose. What he's forming in you, what he's trying to get you to do, grow, move, go, do, speak, prophesy, pray, call someone and say, hey, how are you? Love on somebody. Come on, Pam, that excites me tonight. Come on, keep throwing the fire on me tonight. So notice it doesn't say all things are good, TikTok. It says all things work together for the good, layer upon layer upon layer, right? He's forming a pearl inside of us. He's going to use our stupid decisions. He's going to use our misjudgment, our misguided trust and faith that when we, we're suffering from choice attack instead of, spiritual attack. All those things he's going to use too, even when we do stupid things to ourselves, right? All things work together for good. It's different. It's so different because God is capable of producing something good, even though something wasn't good, right? The thing may not be good. The situation, the thing might not be good, but he can produce something good because of it. If we will just let him. Y'all, sometimes we get so confused and we act like God don't know what we're doing, thinking all the junk, like he don't know where we are. He knows. We're not hiding anything from God. We act like we're hiding our attitude from God. Like there's two of us, right? God sees everything and he's working it. He's forming the pearl around all the junk, right? So God's capable of producing something good, even though something wasn't good. The betrayal wasn't good, but discernment came out. The rejection wasn't good, but identity came out, right? I used to think I was this. Now I know better, right? Now I know I'm called, I'm chosen, I'm anointed, right? God didn't call a conference call. Pastor Kim said all the time. God did not call a conference call when he called you. So it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Y'all, I just had a conversation today and I'm proof. It doesn't matter if people don't like me. Well, did you know about this about Thom? Well, are you going to say something about this? No, we're certainly not gonna, because watch my fruit. I'm going to watch your fruit. If God is in a thing, it's going to be amazing, right? God is forming some stuff inside of me that has fired me up over the last several months that says, I'm going to stop letting people put me in a box and continue to label me and say, I can't do this and I can't do that. And you shouldn't let Thom do this, because God called me to do what I'm doing. And I'm going to do what God told me to do, regardless of who likes it and who doesn't like it. Just spell my name right if you're going to talk about me, right? If you don't like it, that's okay. Talk to God about it, because I'm going to do what God said, because I've gone through some stuff and I know how it feels to be out of God's presence. And I certainly know what it's like to be in God's presence and be doing what he says. And so when we can get in confidence, it's not concede, it's victory speaking. It's nothing to do with who I am. Who do I think I am? I am blessed. I'm humbled that God loves me so much that he speaks to me and he allows me to do the crazy things that I do, because he knows that he wants somebody to do it. And I said, God, yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. So wisdom came out. The pressure wasn't good, but capacity came out, right? He's trying to increase your capacity if you will just let him do it tonight. So the irritation doesn't get the final word when God gets access to the formation, right? This is just more fuel for the fire. Go ahead and talk. That's another layer. The pearl's just getting bigger, right? The anointing's just going to get stronger. Come on, somebody, and grab this tonight. Right, Rachel, spell it right. So the irritation isn't going to get the final word. I'm not going to go through all this hell for nothing. You're not going to go through the abuse and the cheating and the lying and the STDs and the manipulation and the bank account being emptied out tonight. No, 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 no. Because there's somebody else that needs to hear your story. Somebody else, go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead and talk and run your mouth. But somebody needs to hear what you have to say. Part 5. Now we're ready for the pearl. Jesus says, don't cast it. Don't cast your pearl. So Matthew 7:6, give not that which is holy unto dogs, neither cast your pearl before swine, lest you trample them under their feet, and lest they trample them under their feet and turn against and attempt turn against you. So now we're ready for this verse, because most of the time when this is preached, we focus on the swine. Come on, Dr. Destiny. We hear this and we focus on the swine. They didn't appreciate me. They didn't recognize me. They're talking about me. They don't think I'm called. They don't think I'm anointed. They don't think I should be called out. They don't think la 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 la. They didn't honor me. They mishandled what I gave them. But wait just a second. Jesus isn't giving the swine an instruction. He's instructing the person holding the pearl. He didn't tell the swine, recognize its value. Swine don't care about a pearl. It doesn't care what it is, and it means nothing to them if they can't eat it, right? He didn't tell the swine to recognize its pearl. He tells the carrier, don't cast it here. Don't tell them everything. Don't show them your plans. Don't talk about it knowing that they're only going to discourage you and get jealous and talk about you. Don't cast it there. Suddenly, it's simply a message about worth, right? It's a message about stewardship. What thing so precious has God given you that you're just throwing it at everybody, right? Swine everywhere. You're just giving it to people and they don't care about it. They're trampling it under their feet. It's not food for them, so they don't care about it. They don't understand what it costs you to get that pearl, and you're just giving it to everybody. Stewardship. Knowing your worth isn't the same as stewarding it. Know your worth. Know your worth. Know your worth. Good. Know it. But then what? Because knowing your worth and stewarding your worth are two totally different levels of maturity. You can know about value, right? But you give everybody access. You can know that you're called and beg for validation. Who am I talking to tonight? All of us. You can know that you're healed and keep returning to the people who hurt you, hoping they'll finally acknowledge your healing. Yo, I feel this thing all the way to my core. You can keep returning to the people who hurt you and hope they'll finally acknowledge your healing. They freaking caused the problem. Do you think they're going to notify and recognize your healing and even care about it? You can know that you've gained wisdom and wasted arguing with somebody committed to misunderstanding you. They are committed to misunderstanding you, and we're just going to keep on trying to explain ourselves over and over and over. People please and beg them to love us and beg them to. God, you can know that God gave you peace and spend that peace trying to prove to the person who disputed that you're finally at peace. They're the ones that caused you to be in total discord and total chaos and confusion, and you finally get rid of them and get some peace in your life. They're never going to understand it. They're never going to care. They're never going to care. My God, today. Somebody needs this right here. Don't take the peace that you developed through the irritation and spend it trying to prove something to the person who irritated you. Don't cast your pearl before the swine. And man, when I got a hold of this, I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I see this. Because you just carried the pearl right back to the pig pen. How many times are we guilty of taking our pearl right on back to the pig pen and trying to make the pigs understand something they're not designed to understand? They're not designed to understand it. If people are the creator of confusion and chaos and manipulation, all these things, they're never going to understand peace, a joy, love, all those things. You just carry your pearl back to the pig pen. The pearl is still a pearl. Part 6, and we're almost done. I started late, so I'm going to hurry. Rejection doesn't determine value. Rejection doesn't determine value. So think about that tonight, man. Rejection doesn't determine value. Just because you rejected me doesn't change my value. At least it shouldn't. A pig rejecting a pearl doesn't reduce the pearl's value. Somebody needs to be up running around your house right now. You get out the car. We'll stop it first. Run around the car. A pig rejecting a pearl doesn't decrease the pearl's value. The pearl is still a pearl. You're still called. You're still chosen. You're still anointed. It doesn't matter what the pig thinks about any of it. Your book is still your book. You still was obedient. Your business is still your business. Your calling is still your calling. Your company, whatever. And guess what, y'all? A pig is still a pig. Just because the pig rejected the pearl doesn't make the pearl less a pearl and doesn't make the pig less a pig. Pearl's still a pearl and the pig is still a pig. And we're not talking about calling people pigs. Y'all, it's not about that. We're using this as imagery to get our attention, right? Donna, I know rejection is hard. I know that it is. It is. It is. But what is that rejection trying to form in you, right? Confidence, assurance, boldness, right? That Jesus was just trying to get their attention and use this as an imagery so that they would get this, right? We're talking about discernment, capacity, reception, and stewardship. These are things that are much bigger than a pearl in a pig. Because somebody's inability to recognize what you're carrying does not determine what it's worth. You don't get to decide what God says I'm carrying. I don't get to decide what, right? So they don't get to decide. None of that does. So they don't understand your calling, still a pearl. They don't appreciate your boundary, still a pearl. Maybe you need to start going around saying that over and over. Still a pearl, still a pearl. God, if I'm wrong, correct me, but still a pearl. If there's something that you're changing in me through this situation, God, working all things together for my good, still a pearl. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this ability to get outside of myself and understand that you're doing something that's much more valuable than my attitude. God, help me get my attitude under control. Help me to start loving people. Still a pearl. They don't recognize your growth. Still a pearl. They don't value value your wisdom. Still a pearl. I don't have to explain myself. You better preach, Sammy Palmer. They don't understand the new you. Still a pearl. Man, I can feel it. I know y'all are getting this tonight because it's so good. It's so good. So stop trying to convince the wrong audience of the right value. Because eventually you have to stop asking, why don't they appreciate me? You have to stop asking, why don't they appreciate me? And ask, why do I need them to? Why do I need them to appreciate me? Right? Still a pearl. Why does that person need to recognize your growth? Why does that family member need to admit that you were right? Why does that former friend need to see that you're doing well? Right? Ending the friendship didn't devastate you to a pile of dirt. Why does that organization need to acknowledge what you contributed? Still a pearl. Why does somebody who rejected you need to regret losing you? Because they do. You may not ever see it, but they do, right? They do. Maybe I'm not returning to, maybe I'm not returning because God, hold on, y'all, TikTok is being silly. TikTok, why are you being crazy? Haha, got it. Maybe I'm returning because some part of me still needs validation. Still a pearl. We're still human. We're still growing. Don't get stuck in that, right? Every time I go back trying to prove my value, I'm carrying another pearl back to the pig pen. Y'all, I don't even have time to finish all this, but I know that what we had time for is powerful, powerful, powerful. So I'm going to close this really quick for y'all. I'm going to wrap it up in a bow. Thank you, Donna, so much. Don't waste what it produced. I started tonight by telling you I've been irritated, and maybe part of my irritation was my attitude, maybe, right? I had to have an attitude adjustment, and sometimes we do, right? Maybe I was tired. I've been doing a lot. I've been working a lot and doing a lot, right? And so it was, but maybe God needed to correct something in me. But I stopped asking only, God, why am I irritated? Now I'm asking God, what is this irritation producing in me? Part two. Come on, Rach. It's still a pearl, Pam. God, what are you teaching me? What are you exposing? What are you correcting? What boundary are you establishing? What discernment are you developing? What are you, where are you teaching me humility? Where are you strengthening me, God? And where are you teaching me that your grace really is sufficient? Right? Because maybe the evidence that you survived the irritation isn't simply that it doesn't hurt you anymore. Maybe the evidence is what you're carrying now that you weren't carrying before. Mm, 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 mm. Don't, after everything it took to form the pearl, don't waste it. Don't waste it. Don't cheapen it. Don't keep proving it. Don't keep explaining it. And please don't carry it back to the place that taught you why you needed it. Thank you, Rochelle. Steward it. Steward the irritation while something is forming. Steward the pearl once it has formed. 2 questions. Who's irritating you? Because that lets us talk about somebody else instead of who's irritating you. What did the irritation produce in me? And what am I carrying now that I wasn't carrying before? Can God trust me to steward what it produced? Come on, somebody. Y'all, thank you so much for spending some time with me tonight. I love y'all so much. I pray that this blessed you. I pray that you can look at this in a little bit different way and just keep telling yourself it's still a pearl. It's still a pearl. God, keep me focused. Keep me focused. Help me take my pearl to where it needs to be. Help me to share it with who it needs to be shared with. And help me to do what I'm supposed to be doing with the pearl that I have, God. And so, y'all, have an amazing rest of your week. And I'll see you next week on Tuesday. And then next Wednesday, we have our free live Q&A for writing and publishing and all those things. And so don't miss that. And so, yeah. I love y'all. And go have an amazing week. Go make a difference. And start looking at your pearl and start using it for what it's supposed to be used for. So y'all, I love you so much. Melissa Diaz, thank you so much for all you do and managing all this. I appreciate you and I love you. And y'all have an amazing rest of your night. TikTok, I love y'all. I pray this blessed you. And YouTube, my goodness, YouTube. I pray that y'all have an amazing rest of your week as well. Thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button and follow me for more. And I go live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I love y'all and have an amazing rest of your week. Picture. Oh my goodness. Well, y'all saw a whole bunch of extra stuff.